Hello everybody, my name is Vinny, and today we're going to be doing a video that nobody really asked for. This is a video for myself. As you may or may not know, I am a big collector of vinyl records. Now, does vinyl sound better? Yeah, I think it's kind of subjective. You know, a lot of people like streaming music because it's, to be honest, a hell of a lot easier just to stream music and a lot cheaper than going out and buying several records. But I personally like to get more involved with the music I'm listening to, and I really love the process. Yes, I'm one of those kind of weird people that, oh, I love cleaning my records and then placing it upon the spinny thing. Now, the extent of my musical knowledge, you know, it doesn't really go that far. You know, I can't tell you what conceptually makes a really great album, but I can tell you what I like, and that's what I'm going to be doing. If any of these are not alphabetized properly, please don't hate me in the comments, okay? And by the way, I know Elvis should be in P for Presley, but he's not. He's in E. He's Elvis. I got these ones. There's actually 5 records in there. Elvis' Greatest Hits. It's pretty good. Also comes with a newspaper thing with like the date he died, which is kind of a weird thing to collect, but you know, I got it. We got Aerosmith, Permanent Vacation. This album was decent. To be honest, I mainly bought it for the song "Dude Looks Like a Lady" because that song's awesome. But it's also got the song "Angel" on it. That's pretty good. We got Alice Cooper, "School's Out." Now this is kind of an interesting vinyl record that I've got here because it opens up in a weird way. It doesn't open up all the way here, and you can kind of prop it up using these things. So like, I think it's supposed to be like a school binder or something. Fun fact, School's Out came out in 1972, a full 26 years before I was born. Did not know that. Next we got Alice Cooper's Poison. Yes, I know this is not the full album. The album's actually called Trash, but to be honest, I haven't really got around to buying the album or listening to it, but you know, you gotta own that song. Poison is one of the greatest songs of the 80s. To be honest, I don't think I need to tell you why I bought this next one. You know, I think you can figure this one out. Next, we've got The Beatles with Please Please Me. This is their first album they released. Now, growing up, I was never a huge Beatles fan. You know, my family was more Elvis Presley orientated, and there's kind of a feud there of who would you say is the greatest of all time, so I never really got into listening to full albums of them. I've obviously heard like Hey Jude and stuff like that, but then once I bought this album, holy shit did it blow me away. Very simplistic album, but you know, it's good. Twist and Shout is an amazing Beatles song, and after I listened to this, I kind of went a little Beatles crazy, and that led me to buy not 1, not 2, but 3 Beatles albums. Now when it comes to Beatles for Sale, I haven't got around to listening to that one yet. As for Revolver, I've heard that Revolver was supposed to be like the creme de la creme of all the Beatles albums. And to be honest, I think I've got to disagree. You know, Yellow Submarine, you can go suck yourself. That song is horrible. And I've got to admit, Abbey Road, fucking hell, this album is a 10 out of 10. Moving on from the Beatles, we have Black Sabbath with their debut album, Black Sabbath. It's got a beautiful, lovely centerfold there. You know, this is the album that kick-started metal. You know, to be honest, I think this album, I don't know if it gets underpraised or overpraised. I really think, as far as Black Sabbath album goes, I think it's a really good introduction, but I feel like a lot of their best stuff came away after. Following up that album, they also released Paranoid. I believe this is a German pressing. Whether it is a bootleg or not, I don't know, and if I'm honest, I don't really care. As long as I own the album, I don't give a fuck. And after that, we move on to Black Sabbath with Master of Reality. Now, this is probably my favorite Black Sabbath album. It's a very short one. There's only 8 songs and 2 of them are interludes. But I think the way that it goes from start to finish, it's just hard-hitting, just a fucking lovely album. The instrumentals are fucking gorgeous. And oh my god, that Children of the Grave. Of course, I got Black Sabbath Volume 4. I don't know if you've noticed if I'm a big fan of Ozzy Osbourne or not, but yes, I do own all of their albums. Well, at least of the Ozzy years, Black Sabbath. But yeah, this one is really good. Changes is an absolutely wonderful song, but it also has the song Snowblind, which if you love metal, you need to check that one out. Next, we got Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Now, a lot of people say after this record, they didn't release anything really of like noteworthy compared to the first 5, but if I'm honest, I prefer the next 2 albums to this one, but this is still a very good album in itself. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is a very good song. It's got a beautiful centerfold there. But as I said, I did prefer the next two albums, and the first one we've got Black Sabbath Sabotage. A lot of people do not like this album compared to the first five, but I think this is probably my second favorite Black Sabbath album. You know, Symptom of the Universe and Am I Going Insane are fucking fantastic songs. And I think the album artwork is pretty dope too. You got the backwards on the back too, that's pretty good. The next one, we've got Technical Ecstasy. Now, Technical Ecstasy, again, is an album that gets shit on a little bit. You know, reading songs like Backstreet Kids and stuff, you probably look at it and go, ooh, this is a big turn for Black Sabbath. But no, I'm telling you, this album was really good. And once you get to the end, you're listening to Dirty Woman. Jesus. The last one of the original Ozzy albums, that is Black Sabbath Never Say Die. This album, okay, I could admit that this one was a little bit worse for wear compared to the rest of them, but still a really good listen. You know, a bad Black Sabbath album is like a 7 out of 10, so you're gonna have a good time anyway. And obviously, last but not least, I got the last Ozzy Black Sabbath album, and actually the last album they ever did, 13. I feel that this album is highly underrated. Look at that beautiful artwork there. This is a double LP, I believe. Yes, it is. Double LP. I've not actually got around to listening to it on vinyl yet, but I remember when it first came out. You listen to their stuff, and you compare it to some of the modern metal bands you get today, and you still see their influences. Black Sabbath, they're fucking awesome. But moving on from Black Sabbath, we've got David Bowie. I do not know the name of this album, because it says Parlophone on the side of it, but I've not got around to checking it out yet. I've not listened to it. But it does have the song Space Oddity, which is obviously an amazing song. Ground control and Major Tom. But moving on to a David Bowie album I have listened to, we have The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. If I was to pick out a song in particular that I enjoyed in this album, I wouldn't say there was. But from start to finish, as a listening experience, I would definitely give this album a go ahead because it is really good. Next, we got Jeff Buckley with Grace. I only listened to this album yesterday, and holy shit, did it blow me away. It was not what I was expecting whatsoever. You can definitely hear Led Zeppelin influences on here. But besides that, it has the song Hallelujah, which obviously is a really emotional song, and it's his vocals on this. Holy fucking shit. Moving on after that, we have a EP, I guess, of Cigarettes After Sex. If you want a good introduction to listening to this band, go listen to Nothing's Gonna Hurt You Baby. It's such a fucking good song, and it just kind of gives you a little bit of chills as you're listening to it. Moving on from Cigarettes After Sex, we're moving up to the heights of glam metal. Not a very well-known one, but oh my god, Cinderella. They kick fucking ass, okay? Nobody's Fool, even with this album too, Long Cold Winter, you know, oh my god. Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone is such a good song. I also own it on single. What are you saying? Moving on from glam metal, we're into jazz. Miles Davis Kinda Blue, because when you want to listen to jazz and you never have before, you type in best jazz on Google and this one comes up. And from what I've heard of jazz so far, you can't fucking argue with it either. This shit is good. We're back with some metal. That's right. It's Diamond Head with Borrowed Time. Why did I buy this song? 3 words. Am I evil? Next, we've got Dire Straits. I bought this album because the song Sultans of Swing is such a good song. The rest of the album? Moving on from the Dire Straits. Next, we got one of the godfathers of metal. That's right, Ronnie James Dio himself. And if metal's getting a bit too much for you, you can always go to The Doors with their self-titled. And finishing off the first box, we got The Eagles with Hotel California. Speaks for itself. It's not my favorite album of all time, but it's a really good listen from start to finish. And of course, the song Hotel California, it speaks for itself. Next box! We're gonna do a little bit of a quick fire here because I got a lot of Elvis. Elvis. The Sun Collection, Elvis Now, Elvis Presley Inspirations, Elvis Forever. This one just says Elvis Presley on it, but look at that fucking splatter vinyl though. Oh. One of Elvis's last albums before he died, Moody Blue, Elvis Presley, Raised on Rock. Elvis, His Hand in Mine, for my Christian boys. From Elvis Presley, Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee. Elvis Presley Christmas album, definitely an essential. If you want to listen to a Christmas album, just get this one. Elvis, You'll Never Walk Alone. I'm a Manchester United fan, so don't really like listening to that one, but Elvis did it, so I gotta have it. Elvis Presley, his first album. This album still kicks fucking ass. Blue Suede Shoes, I Got a Woman, Tutti Frutti, Blue Moon, Money Honey. Come on, guys. I'm moving on to my favorite one, as recorded at Madison Square Garden. This is still my favorite one. I've talked about it before, but holy shit, it's just non-stop banger after banger, which is just Elvis's whole career, in my opinion. Moving on from Elvis Presley, we have a new one I picked up. It's Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP. Underrated song on this, I would say, is Kill You, the opening title track. Holy shit, this album was pretty good. He said some fucking mad shit in his past, I'm telling you that. Another album I've purchased and listened to recently, Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. Well, first listen, I've heard that this is probably one of the best albums ever made, and I didn't really think that much of it. I thought it was good, but I didn't think that much. After a second listen, holy shit, I've changed my mind. This is a straight 8 or 9 out of 10. This is a fucking amazing album. Not my favorite album of all time, but that doesn't take away a single thing because it just doesn't stop. It just keeps going. Banger after banger. Motown. Back with some metal. We got Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Sticking with glam metal, but more glam. We got Hanoi Rocks. Now, I purchased this after watching the movie The Dirt. Because the movie The Dirt, if you've not seen it, features a guy called Razzle Dazzle. If you took glam metal and AC/DC and put them together, that's what you're getting with Hanoi Rocks. Moving to a different scene now, we got even heavier metal with Ice Nine Kills. Welcome to Horrorwood. Beautiful centerfold there of an ongoing story of finding out who the killer is. You need to listen to their albums and watch their music videos to understand that one. But holy shit. Out of the two metal bands I really think of them, like in the modern generation, like the last decade and a half, I would say Ice Nine Kills and Motion and White are definitely my top two. But you know, they sing songs about fucking horror movies, like what's not to love? Next we got Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast. This is a very fucking good album. Moving on from the Iron Maidens, next we've got Michael Jackson, Thriller. Oh my god, this fucking album, spoken about it before. If you haven't listened to the full album, what the fuck are you doing? Because I know it has 3 bangers on it, but you need to go and listen to the whole thing. Because it's chock-a-block full of bangers. And so is the next one, Michael Jackson. This album is so bad. Janis Joplin, Greatest Hits. Go fucking listen to it. You have to. Go do it, right now. Hendrix in the West. Yes, I know. Jimi Hendrix, why is he not in H? Well, let me tell you why he's not in H. Because the band's called the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Fuck yourself. Aha! Alphabetized! Billy Joel, Piano Man. Judas Priest, Sin After Sin. Judas Priest Unleashed in the East. Screaming for vengeance! And of course, their best album, Don't At Me. It's fucking Painkiller. Go fucking listen to it. King Diamond with Them. This is where I'm gonna go a bit nuts on you again. Do a little bit of a speed run because I got a lot to get through. We got Kiss. This is their first album, Black Diamond. Go listen to it. Holy shit. Hotter Than Hell. We got Dress to Kill. We got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 solo albums. Next, we got Kiss Alive. Not a big fan of live albums, but it's fucking Kiss. I have to own it. My favorite one, it's Destroyer. Kiss, Rock and Roll All Over. Another great Kiss album with Love Gun. If you've seen the movie Role Models, you'll know what that song's about. Dynasty, where Kiss sold out and became disco, and I fucking love it. Kiss Unmasked. It's pretty good, except for the song Shandy. That song can go die in a fire. Kiss Alive 2, as previously stated. I must own all Kiss. Music from The Elder. I was requested to do a review on this album, and I will get round to it now that my audio issues are fixed. Probably my second favorite or joint top fucking Kiss album of all time. We got Creatures of the Night. This album fucking kicks ass. Came out in 1982. Oh my god, what a breath of fresh air. It's so gorgeous. Kiss Killers is like a little compilation album. People who say that Kiss waned in the 80s haven't heard of this album. Kiss Animalize. It's got Heaven's on Fire and Burn Bitch Burn on it. So don't chat your shit. And then it's followed up by Lick It Up. Oh my god, another fucking amazing Kiss song. Come on. Then we got Kiss Asylum. This album's okay. And then we got another compilation. We got Smashes, Thrashers, and Hits. But I have this, and I'm really happy I do because it has the song Crazy Crazy Nights on it, which is an album I don't own yet. So if anyone wants to send me it, why don't you do that? And to finish off the K section, we got KSI. Yes. Is he the greatest rapper of all time? No. Is he the greatest artist of all time? No. Do I maybe love him too much because I watch all the Simon videos and I've been watching him since I was 10 years old? Maybe! But I still enjoyed the album! And for $14.99 in your local HMV, you can't fucking argue with it, okay? And look, it's also pressed, ooh, red vinyl. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I've just noticed I've been recording for 40 minutes and I've got to cut this down into like 10 minutes. So I'm probably gonna do a two-parter thing on this one. But yeah, as I said, this video was mainly for me, but if you have any vinyls of your own, why don't you tell me what you own? And if none of them are in this list so far, then why don't you comment down below an album that you recommend I should get on vinyl and listen to? But with that being said, hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. My name has been Avani Ababa.